Well, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a surprise to me. Cause I've been planning for like, definitely for an entire year, and I kept thinking to myself, I wonder who the first person to come back will be. And you were not that person. Sorry. Still love you, but very unexpected. So I don't need very much right now. I basically just want to get enough of a VOD so that when I transfer to YouTube, I can see what's going on. I don't consider this technically the revival. I still need to figure out a few things. I plan to put all the VODs on YouTube so they don't get deleted. Because Twitch deletes them after like 2 weeks or whatever. So, I need to make sure they're saved. Because we lost a lot of content. Just to the ravages of time. Man, things are so broken. I'm not even sure if the audio works. What, did you expect I was just never gonna come back? Things definitely got out of control, but I was never planning to stay away, unless something really bad happened. Well, some bad stuff did happen for sure, but I had been planning to come back after a year, not 2.5. And there might be like one thing that's gonna happen soon, but I'm gonna try not to have it be a big problem. I did make a big announcement. I literally put it right in my announcements. What, did you think I was gonna come to your house and be like, hey, fucker, you remember that guy you used to watch? Besides, yeah, having a big announcement for a test kind of defeats the purpose. There was the chance that things were going to be like really scuffed. And they're not, because I did a lot of preparation, but... Again, there's still a few things I need to do. But yeah, like... I'll definitely, like, have more of a notice for, like, the real comeback. If that even means anything. I'm not even sure how many people are going to come. But it doesn't matter, I gotta restart somewhere. Yeah, well, it's a new microphone. It's Elgato's thing. I wanted to stop using the Yeti because it's a condenser mic. And it's good that I did, because where I am now is a lot noisier than where I've been pretty much the entire time I've done streaming. So if I didn't move off the Yeti, it was gonna be fucking goofy. And even this is a bit borderline, but it'll work. I like to one day get the T.H.A.R microphone like everybody else, but that's money, so that has to wait. For now, the Elgato's pretty good. Yeah, the only problem is the keyboard, which is always a problem. But I like having a mechanical keyboard, so just have to put up with the noise. I pretty much did everything that I could. Yeah, I could get silent switches. There's lots of things I could do, but I'll tell you one thing. The current plan right now is to not have to spend any money because I don't have any money. After all the time away, I have $0 and 0 cents. But I'm not going to pressure anybody to donate at all, because it doesn't matter how much people donate. The fact of the matter is, it's just really expensive to live nowadays. Things really got fucked up. But I don't need to tell you that. If you've been paying attention even badly for the last 2 years, you know everything is fucked.
Money.
Hey, thanks. You're the first resub. There have been some people, believe it or not, who haven't dropped the sub since I left. And I keep telling them, stop it. But they didn't. But you're the first actual resub, so that's cool. I too have no sense. I don't know, after all this time, the last 2.5 years have been something. I've been doing like a lot of reading, like an obscene amount of reading. So my brain's become fucking huge. You'll see. So obviously you can hear the keyboard clicks. How is it? The keyboard itself sounds better than the membrane keyboard I used to have, because that just sounded like really muddy. This is very sharp, but I need to check it later to see if I like the sound of it. And if I don't, there's nothing I can do. So I'll just have to put up with it. The game's loud enough. I'm only 1 decibel off from like the native volume. Or no, 1.5. I think that should be good too. When I was streaming a lot, in those mythical days, I would essentially like tweak my audio every day. And so over time it just became like really optimized. And I don't have that now, so it's just going to take time to get it back to where it was. It's hilarious to me how over 4 years I never got my microphone to sound good. And it's even weirder that nobody even cared, because people thought it sounded good all the time. But it was basically trash. It was terrible. Okay. I'm just going to do like trials constantly for money. I don't have anything else to do. My first goal when I got back for real was to do relic grinds. Like that was the long-term project. But I'm not going to start doing that now. I was away so long, I actually don't remember how to do Bajra relics. But when I get back, that'll be the project. I have like a couple I need to get. Because I don't have mentor roulettes to do anymore, so I need a different long-term project. Or I could go onto one of my 7 alts and just do mentor roulettes there. Because that sounds really sane. What is Hoppy Ship Mock? Are you the same Vandy from below, like Vandaleska? Yeah. Well, I sure am a Mormon, so I sure understand that. Yeah, I exist. The funny thing is, even though I stopped streaming, I still post it on the Discord every day. Oh shoot, I didn't want 120 FPS. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh. Oh shit. I forgot how to do end singer normal, even. This could be embarrassing. Yeah. Well, I almost got your name right. It's been so long, people have changed their names. It's gonna be fun trying to figure out who the fuck is who. You can maybe use a different music. I made a huge playlist, but I didn't actually optimize it, so I have no idea what I want to play.
Our hunt ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Well, I say it a lot, but my memory is really kind of crazy. About some stuff, at least. Like, I pretty much remember all my viewers ever. Which I guess if we're going to think about really weird things to remember, that's a good one. However, some people get, like, really weirded out. That I remember, like, shit they've said, like, a million years ago, and they're like, what the fuck? So it's really a double-edged sword. But yeah, I remember. It was a VN4 mock because we had the Venture 4th clan, but I have since reduced that clan to ashes. So yeah, don't call me anything different. Yeah. Well, that's true. I wouldn't know who a lurker is. That would be like a huge level of space autism. So no, I don't know any of my lurkers. That's why I was surprised. Yeah. Same old mock, can't even do normal content without dying. I did come to a realization that I don't care about being good at 14 anymore. 14 is just a backdrop to talk to people. So if I die, I'm not going to get mad anymore. I know my lane, and I'm going to stick in it. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's like inspiring somebody to take up like a really bad addiction. Even after all this time, there actually... Oh, fuck. There aren't that many people who have the mentor achievements. I just don't think anybody wants to do it. Because we have this huge influx of new players, and that's the last thing on their mind, is doing that shit. Also, my keyboard's in a really bad spot right now. If I keep playing like this, I'm gonna break my fucking back.
We have seen the end.
I'm definitely gonna have to move some stuff around afterwards. Yeah, it is really rare. The two rarest things I have in this game is the Astrope and the achievement for getting like a million bajillion lost hordes in Palace. Oh my god. I don't think I've dodged a single one of those. Well, it was good stream content. For sure, yeah. Although, not as good as trying to buy the house. That was, bar none, the best stream we'd ever done. I still have the house, actually. I didn't let that go. I kept my subscription up all these years just so that we didn't lose the guild house. I think if we lost the guild house, it sounds kind of funny, but if we had lost the house, I might have considered not coming back to 14, because that was such a huge thing. It took forever, and it cost a lot of money. So we still have the FC. I'm still going to recruit for it. Still have the house. Oh, God. Please. The funny thing is, I've gotten the most Fallen stacks. That's horrible. No, I do still have the pillow.
5+ years and here we are.
It has been 6 years, my dude.
Mock lives.
Nice try. You almost got it right.
A sorrow so deep.
I think it's Rails is here right now. That means I literally had to pull him out of the shower. Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of weird, is there's probably a lot of people who don't even play 14 anymore. And I'm not sure if I want to feel responsible for pulling them back into the game, because the game's the same as it was. It's not any less fun or any more fun than it was. Although you might be interested to know that I don't plan on staying in 14. I mean, I might continue to do horrible as fuck and then not move games, but I plan to do variety. I like 14, but when I stopped playing it for a while, I started to think more clearly and realize that simping for one game your entire life is a mental illness. Doesn't matter how good the game is. I guess it could have been worse if I was simping for a game that was terrible, like WoW, but didn't do that. Yeah, come back to Gilgamesh. Relive your disappointment over and over. The problem is that even though I don't want to play just 14, 14 is still like the best game out there, period. Like, that hasn't exactly changed. Like, all the games that came up in the last little while, people thought were going to be like, I'll just play this instead of 14. And then everybody just keeps coming back to 14. Like, the Bless remake, and New World, and Lost Ark, and what was that, that Genshin ripoff that just came out. Even that got big for a while, just because people were so just
Welcome
absolutely hell-bent. Can't fucking think. Hell-bent on having another game to play. Yeah, Tower of Fantasy. Yeah, exactly. I played that for a day. I was like, Jesus. Jesus! Man, this fight is lasting forever. I tell you, I don't remember any of it. I'm completely on autopilot. I can't even see what's going on right now. Jesus Christ!
Oblivion.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what's worse than 14 addiction is the thing I got addicted to in 2019 is gacha. And Chad, let me tell you about gacha. Because I've now played all the gacha, and I'm addicted to all the gacha. Wow! Fuck that one up.
Dynamis.
What can the Reaper do? He has no power here.
No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate.
When you mean 3.1, you mean Genshin. Yeah. Well, I'm done spending money on gacha unless I somehow get a stream surplus and people say, like, here's money to roll on banners. And even then, I might say no because it's really degenerate behavior. Like, when Genshin came out and people were having those streams where the viewers would donate, like, tens of thousands of dollars for people to roll on Venti or whatever,
Time has come.
I was like, holy shit,
Always does.
this is awful. Although mostly I was just jealous that I couldn't do it myself. But no, I'm not going to spend money on Genshin because I've already saved up enough of the primos to do a guaranteed on the next banner, so I'm not putting in any money. Yeah, well, he does the res tech so that he can just extend the fucking suffering, because we're supposed to be wiping, and he's just standing around with his thumb up his ass. I'm not going to say, Chad, I'm not going to exaggerate. This is probably the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of 14, ever. And I do mean ever. You don't wipe this way? Oh, does it res the party? I didn't know that. You know why I don't know that? Because nobody's fucked up this hard before. Not even on day one. I'm not sure I want the Genshin audience. Wow, he does. Okay, I take it back. That Reaper's fucking 7-head.
No. The hatred. The pain.
See, well, they need to give you the res because they know this content is just as hard as Ucob. So they might as well give you the res.
We cannot suffer it again.
Yeah. You're supposed to tank LB. Well, I kind of feel guilty, but there are 2 tanks here, so... And at least one of them should be paying attention. Because it's not going to be me.
No matter the cost.
Well, the problem with gacha is that every game is becoming gacha. Because especially with Genshin, they proved that the business model is absolutely fucking meta. So even if you don't have a game now, it doesn't matter because every game is eventually going to be that way. So it's like you might as well make peace with it now. Either you're going to swear off gaming or you're just going to start setting aside your monthly paycheck to, it's going to get you eventually. Anybody here played Diablo Immortal? Man, wasn't that a good game?
This can only end in misery and desolation.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
No life. No
Well, sure,
star.
there's hope in indie, but think about it this way. Or maybe just I feel this way, that I would like to have a game that's really amazing. You know, like the next huge thing that everybody's doing,
Should hope for
and it's not degenerate, and it's probably going to be like a VR MMO. At least that's what I hope. But the thing is, what are the chances that an indie studio is going to be able to deliver an experience like that? Unless the tech becomes so crazy in my lifetime, which is going to be like 5 years, to have a game like that. So yeah, I mean, indie devs are always going to be there, but I kind of want like a really big experience, and you need a big company for that right now. So that's kind of my dilemma. Oh, I remember I was going to never play Elden Ring because I would go fucking crazy. I was just about to ask what the song is, and I realized I didn't set the playlist to rotate. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna keep queuing trials. I don't have anything else better to do right now. I understand Elden Ring is good, but I wasn't in the right mindset to play it when it came out. So I'm probably gonna end up playing it when it's been like completely forgotten. Maybe. It's also a time issue. One of my projects earlier in the year was to pick up every game that I had not played and then play it, so that I wouldn't have things on my mind when I was trying to get ready for streaming. So, as far as I'm concerned, I finished every game that I wanted to finish. That's yet been released. Except for like some weird stuff, like, I don't remember. It's on my Steam. But yeah. Oh, yeah. I finished with Witcher 3. That was the last thing. And that took forever. And then after that, it's like, okay, no games unless it's for streaming. Because when you have a backlog, I feel like really, like, fucking ADD. No. Like, obsessive, compulsive, or whatever. Like, a backlog will actually, like, take up bandwidth in your brain. And it stops you from having, like, a good day. Because you're doing something else, and you're like, I should finish this movie or whatever, or finish this game. So, for me, getting rid of a backlog is actually, like, really important. Come. Listening only. Listen, I made Dre, not exclamation Dre. I made the stream look really good, and you're just gonna sit there and just listen. How dare. Yeah, well, the problem with anime girl MMOs is they all suck. And they might always suck. TOS abiding. Yeah, that's true. I don't. You see, I used to not care, because it's like, well, they're not going to ban me off of Twitch VOD, and then, well, and then they're able to do that now. So, I won't be parsing anymore. I might parse off screen and like talk about it, but even that's kind of borderline. And that is shitty because that was like a real, like that was really fun, parsing and yelling about it, and it feels like I've just like ripped a chunk out of the stream. I don't think anime girl MMOs sucking is like some fucking five-head master plan for people to stop jacking off to anime, because let me tell you, chat, it's never going to happen. In fact, it's just getting worse. Or better, depending on how you think about it. I mean, I like the character creator in Tower Fantasy, but I feel like they spent all the time on that and forgot to make a game. So. And also, in a few years, we're going to just be able to like import avatars into games anyway. Like, we're not going to be relying on the devs to make the character creators. We're going to bring the characters in. And it's going to be fucking scuffed, but one day it'll probably be really good. It'd be like VR chat, except every game. Yeah, it'll be a while before you have a Genshin competitor. Like, don't get me wrong, Genshin's fucking evil, but as far as like, I've never seen a studio able to have a development cycle like that. Like, it's the best I've ever seen. Like, the amount of shit they're able to do and how fast they're able to do it. I mean, a lot of it's because they have like 3,000 employees, but still, like, their pipeline is fucking insane. So it's going to be a while before we're going to have a game that's going to be able to compete on that level. Yeah, like, it's going to be like a long time. I can't even tell you how long it'll be. Yeah, I did VR for a while. I was really into it. I had to sell it a while ago because no money, but I had like months where I was like really into Blade and Sorcery and Beat Saber and shit like that. It's really good. When they have the next generation of technology, I really would like to get back on it. But I never did VR chat because obviously, right? Like, can you imagine me? I mean, if I took like an outstanding amount of drugs, I could probably handle it, but not normally. Oh yes, and Alex too. Alex was really good. Alex was the first time I had my mind blown in a game for like a long time. I really enjoyed like everything about Alex. But when it was done, it was done. So. Although we're probably going to get like a VR Half-Life 3 in a few years. I'd be really interested to see how good Valve's next index will be. If I had the money when that comes out, I'll buy it for sure. Hello, P. Oh, I also play Thumper in VR, which is fucking terrifying. But Thumper's a pretty hard game, so I had to finish it on the PC. Or on, you know, on desktop. But Thumper's a good game too. What else did I have? I think that was it. I didn't buy a lot of VR. I tried Boneworks, but it kind of made me sick. I think I'm talking about too much. I need to save some stuff for the actual return stream. Oh, I'm gonna die. That's the worst place to stand. Holy fuck. I guess nothing kills you in this fight. Gyro. It has been 20 months, my dudes. Wait, no. No. Shit. It has been 30 months, my dude. Yeah, it's been more than 20 months. It was 20 months since I decided to come back, and then, you know, the months just kind of kept, you know, they just kept on coming and they didn't stop coming. Adventure to your bathroom. I do remember that name. But I don't know who you are. Well, I hope it's happening. There could be the potential of something really bad happening again. But I don't know. I think even if something really bad does happen, I shouldn't stay away for too long. Because the longer you're away from something, the... How do I explain this? Time kept going faster and faster. Like, the first year away was like fucking torture. It's like, well, when am I going to get back? And all of a sudden, another year went by, and it's like, what the fuck? So the longer you're not doing something, the more time slips away. No, yeah. I won't weird you out, but I was saying before that I remember all of my viewers. I just kind of have a memory for it. But people have switched their name, or they had followed and never talked. So, you know, I don't know everything. Oh, shit. All this music and I just keep playing the same songs. Yeah, well, I'll try and stay. I don't really have anything else to do. There actually isn't anything else I want to do except this, to be honest. Because all my other addictions, I can just shove them into the stream. Like, I still have the gacha addiction, but I can just play gacha on stream, so it doesn't matter. So I can just fold everything into the same, you know, shit. And I know that even if nobody watches, this is kind of a never-ending source of content because gacha it just never ends. You're just every day, all the time playing this shit. And then new ones come out. And gachas are coming out like faster and faster. Like, there's at least 3 on the horizon that I want to play, and there's like another 2 that I know about that are like actually really high quality. At least high quality for gacha. No, that's the thing. For some of you guys, it's like Mock is the lifer streamer. It's like you don't want to watch anybody else. And I'll tell you what, after watching streamers over the last 2.5 years, I understand. We all suck. We're all terrible. Well, at least you can play gacha without spending money. You're always gonna suck. However, if you're very diligent and you play every day, you at least won't fall behind. You'll never be meta, but at least you won't like run into content that you can't do. I'm trying to think of an example of that. I don't know, this is gonna sound really fucking degenerate, but I have 5 gacha now that I have endgame accounts in. Like if I logged in, I could do all the content. So it's like I've set up that foundation after like a lot of work. So there hasn't been any gacha that I've joined in the middle of it recently. I did try to play Fate Grand Order, but joining that in the middle of it is terrible. Like you can't do shit. So that's pretty bad. Fate is a pretty beginner-unfriendly game, as far as I'm concerned. Especially because they don't have any auto battle, so you have to do everything manually, and the game sucks. Hello, Twilight. Yeah, well, I could tell you about Asmongold, but maybe I shouldn't. That might be a bad idea. Because the minute I get back, it's like, well, what's Mock gonna do? And I just like instantly start trashing other streamers because they all fucking suck. I'll say one thing about Asmon. It became pretty apparent to me that... Actually, thinking about it, I'm not even sure what I want to say. I think I'll leave it at this. I was excited to see his reaction to the MSQ as he went through it. And then after a while, it seemed like there was just this drama that was unfolding around him. And then it's like... I didn't know if he enjoyed the game, or he enjoyed the game because it was like content for his stream, and when the drama started happening, it's like, it stopped being fun. I'm not sure if I said that right, but... I just don't feel like, yeah, I just don't care. Yeah, well, I want to trash other streamers, because it's not like I've been sitting on my ass. Well, I have, but last 2.5 years, I've been like non-stop just content goblin, like just taking in everything. So I know what all the streamers are doing. I know all the drama, all the stories. I mean, I don't know how to play this game anymore, but that's fine. It's just like, so I know what's going on. It's just that you shouldn't just talk about everything that's on your mind because, you know, obviously. Because I was pretty bad before, and I think I'd be even worse now. Like, throwing down the judgment hammer on everybody. Yeah. And this week especially. Although I'll tell you one thing. This week is the first week I haven't been watching any of it because it's too much even for me. It's like, I don't want to get involved. I mean, unless it's a business opportunity for me, I don't care.
Symmetrical Ligma.
Who the fuck is Steve Jobs? Thank you, Jaro. Oh. Yeah. Fuck. God, it's trash and it's 5 doppelgangers. Well, I played Cyberpunk, I think a year after it came out, so I think the bugs were fixed. I just didn't think it was a very good game. I mean, it's not terrible, but here's the thing. I played Cyberpunk, and then I played Witcher 3. And Witcher 3 might actually be like one of the best games ever made. So the fact that they went from Witcher 3 to Cyberpunk, it's kind of not a good look. And now they're going to make another Witcher, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to turn out well. Yeah, so rolling back a bit, as far as Grand Order goes, I couldn't play the game, so I kept up with the story. But FGO has more words in it than I think every game ever made, except for like maybe, I don't know, it might actually have the biggest script size of any game. So it's like, I can't keep up with this shit. Because I don't even think the authors are proofreading their work anymore, because you can't write this fast and still have quality. So the stuff written by Nasu is good. I mean, it's pretty good. But there's so much filler, it's like, god damn it. And I read up until the beginning of Lost Belt. I read all the text up until Lost Belt, which is fucking crazy. It's like 5 Bibles worth. It's terrible. And there might have been like 5% of that was worth it. So, that's kind of rough. I wouldn't recommend anybody to get into FGO. Well, here's the thing. If Cyberpunk was unfinished, that wouldn't even bother me that much, because bugs can be funny. The problem is... Here's the thing. Witcher 3, you can read everything in Witcher 3, and it's all good. Like, all the text has really good quality control, and it's consistent. In Cyberpunk, that's not the case. There's a lot of fodder. There's some writing that's good. Most of it isn't. So, for me, I like stories in games, so that really bothered me. And as far as the gameplay, it's fun, but it's pretty unbalanced. Like, you become an unstoppable god pretty quickly. Even on the harder difficulties. So, not very well balanced. Maybe if they release an expansion, I would go back for that. Because, I mean, I already own the game, so, you know, we'll see. But no, it didn't really impress me that much. You don't like Geralt? I like Geralt. I mean, I also read the Witcher books as well, so it's just kind of cool. Like, Witcher 3 was a really good... I really enjoyed everything I did in Witcher 3. When I was finished, I said I like that. And I thought I was going to hate Gwent, and I even loved Gwent, and I did all the Gwent quests too. So I just liked everything in the game. Yeah, well, I understand that, but making your own character in Witcher 3, the narrative is so rolled around Geralt, I don't think it would make sense. And, oh god, we're back in Endsinger. Fuck. Well, let's have a mock special. I don't want to do this again. I can't pay attention. Alright, Jerails. You get more Geralt in the games than you even get in the books. The books are almost all about Ciri. Well, when the books get into like the main novels, it's mostly about Ciri. The short stories are about Geralt. So early on, there's a lot of short stories, and those are not bad. But eventually, the plot starts to lose me in the books. It kind of gets a little bit, you know, whatever. But I liked everything in the games. No, I don't, because I did that earlier, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because I was talking, and you know how it is when I talk. Right? Talk. I can't do shit. That's something you can't practice. If your attention span's dog shit, what are you supposed to do? And luckily, the first project in 14, when we get back, doesn't involve much attention either. Just a lot of grinding. So it's really good. I have to do relics. We're not coming. Oh, you're going to be coming. Just give it a sec. I'm not going to be going much longer, Trash. You're not going to miss too much. Yeah, Reaper's probably one of the best looking jobs. When you look at the newer jobs and go back to the animations of the earlier ones, you can tell they've gotten a lot better. And then you look at Lost Ark and you're like, well, they still have a lot of work to do. Yeah, Reaper feels good. This is a really small thing, but the thing I like most about Reaper is when they hit, they had that bit of stagger. Like when she swings on the third combo, it's like, like that bit of delay. That's if she's having a bit of resistance getting the sight through. It just gives that, like that. None of the other jobs have that, I don't think. And it makes it feel less like you're hitting air and more like you're hitting a target. I guess Warrior was kind of always like that too. Well, let me think. Maybe not. Up until now, Warrior had the best animations as far as feeling like you're hitting something. And Dark Knight's pretty good too. But Reaper is on a whole other level of like, they really nailed it. Weakest DPS. Well, ask me if I care about that. I don't care about balance at all. I just want to play what I want to play. No, I can't do that, Trash, because I'm trying to do a shorter VOD to test uploading to YouTube, and I'm not as sure if YouTube is going to want to take a 17-hour VOD. In fact, with my account, like, chat, I have a starter YouTube account. Like, there's nothing on it. I got, like, 50 subscribers or whatever. Like, how much of a video can I even upload? Do they still have limitations? Because I used to think you had to be verified in order to release long videos, or upload long videos. So I'm not even really sure what I'm allowed to do. I mean, I'll research it later. It's just stuff I have to figure out along the way. Do I like Endwalker? I do. I kind of had a problem with the first story patch. It felt really weak to me. Because you can tell that after Endwalker, Ishikawa didn't write 5.1. So they're, different writers. But 5.2 was at least interesting. I like the direction they're going, because it's really unique. I was kind of afraid they were going to start running out of ideas, but I don't think they are. But the thing is, I'm going to miss Ishikawa, because she's a really good scriptwriter. Like, part of the reason why Endwalker and Shadowbringers hit so hard is that the dialogue is really good. That's something she's really good at. So when they move off of her, you can tell. Like, the dialogue in 5.2 is kind of sort of stilted. It's quite different. So I do miss that. But as far as like the plot itself, where we're going with the void and everything, I think that'll work out. But it might mean that the next expansion is going to be void in the void, and it means we're not going to go to the new world until 7.0. Because I don't think we're going to solve the void shit in this expansion. I think that they'd want to give a whole expansion to that. But I don't know. I mean, predicting what Square Enix is going to do, they're really good at surprising us. So if I sit here and just talk about it, it'd just be for the sake of talking about it. It'd be like Haps doing all these analysis videos where he makes a bunch of predictions and just to talk, doesn't matter. I have always enjoyed 14's plot. And I acknowledge that it was pretty bad at the start. Like, Realm Reborn is pretty rough. I was able to enjoy it because I knew the world building before Realm Reborn, because I played, 1.0. So the world was still there. Like, Von Ryota did all the world building, and that carried over to Realm Reborn. So even though Realm Reborn's plot was dog shit, it was still the same world, so you still felt like you belonged in it. And then in Heavensward, they started to get better at storytelling, and from there on, it was easy to follow it. So I've always enjoyed 14's plot. And I think even if I didn't, since I've been playing it for 10 years, it would take a lot for me to start disliking it. Because at this point, I'm just too invested, right? So I hope that just because Endwalker's over, they don't start hitting the decline. If they did, we can always say, well, we were here for Endwalker, which was the best part of the game. And that had a good ending. And so, at least we had that. I mean, nothing good lasts forever. Ouch.
The Twilight gifted a tier 1 sub to Flan Kitty. They have given 35 gift subs in the channel.
Wow, I didn't know that Brian gave the whole fucking biography. Jesus. Thank you, Twilight. Well, I can't convince you guys of anything. In fact, I need to stop doing that. But, I mean, I played a lot of games. 14 always is something I want to go back to when they have a new story. I will tell you, I was really hoping to enjoy Island Sanctuary, and I didn't at all, and that was disappointing. I was like, man, we're gonna make the best fucking island, dude. And I got in there for half an hour, and I was like, shit. So, we're not gonna be doing any of that. Sorry to say, we're not gonna be, no, none of that. I guess it was just really different from what I had in mind somehow. And the other thing is you get a little bit into Island Sanctuary and you realize that it's basically a business simulator. And I was like, I don't know, what the fuck? I play enough gacha. I don't need to be micromanaging like this. Which hairstyle is it? Is it a good one? Because the only reason I would do Island is for glamour. And as far as all the glamour I've seen, nothing too crazy. The updo. Can you sell on the marketplace? Well, you can say that. However, I was pretty surprised at the amount that they put in the 5.2. I'm also kind of disappointed that we're not getting exploratory content for relics. They're instead putting those resources into the Island Sanctuary. And because I don't want to do Island Sanctuary, it's like I miss out on a whole thing that they worked on. So, because the relic's going to be closer to, what did Yoshi say? It's like closer to Realm Reborn or Heavensward, so just going to be straight grinding. There's not going to be like Eureka or Bajia. And I was like, fuck, I kind of wanted another Bajia. Although we are getting the Deep Dungeon. And that should be hilarious. Especially if you guys are old and remember how I started this whole thing. A good Deep Dungeon can last a lifetime, whether you want it to or not. What else? And I guess the Savage Dungeons. Hopefully they'll be good. So there are definitely some good things. I like the direction they're going. I'm just kind of upset that Island Sanctuary is kind of, not it. Island hairs are not sellable. Oh, I'll just look up a picture of it. What's it called? Practical Ponytail? Or is that actually what it's called? This? Or is that a mod? I think that's a mod. This? I can't tell. Yeah, that looks like a mod, and I can tell it's a mod because it looks good. Like that looks, looks good. But which one is it? Is it on the page? It was in the YouTube thumbnail. Oh, that? Oh, that's kind of interesting. This is it? I do like the bangs. The bangs are good. Come on, turn around, goddammit. That's not bad. That dye job is fucking atrocious, though. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's not bad. I like long hairs, though. I wish we could get A2's hair. It was on Dre modded for years. But one of the reasons why I moved off Dre, I have this new character now. She's my OC donut. But I moved off of Dre because Dre only looked good to me modded. And if you have to mod to have a character you're happy with, So I just thought, I'll just make the best looking thing in the game that's actually in the game. So now we have this girl. And Dre went on vacation for, forever maybe. We'll see. And then I made 20 glamours, and they're all original. You'll see them eventually. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think they would go back and add a hairstyle from content that's that old now. I'm not gonna like fucking. The things that they could do are infinite. You shouldn't get your hopes up. You should be happy when you see something you like, though. It is kind of bothersome, though, that this hair is the best hair, but it's so old that the textures just don't work. Although, when we get the visual update, that is something to be excited for. Because that way you don't have to mod, and there's a chance that everything you liked already could just end up looking good. Because the new hairs are really high fidelity, and this one was released, 9 years ago, so. Yeah, well, unless the mount is me riding a giant Butterfinger, I don't know. Yeah, if you like short hair, 14's your game because it's all fucking short. And not only that, all the chest pieces have collars on them. So if you have short hair, you can wear every chest piece. If you have long hair, even this hair clips with a shit ton of stuff. That's why it took me so long to make all my glamours, because I had to find, 20 different chest pieces that fit with her hair and also looked good. No lie, chat. It took me a week to make all my glamours. Although, on the upside, they're all fucking fire. And I hope you guys like them. Right, well, maybe I shouldn't stick around in that a lot longer. I should probably cut and then do some VOD tests. If everything works out right, I'll have the actual comeback stream, pretty soon, before the end of the month. So before I go, anything else you guys want to say? You could always talk to me on the Discord like normal people, and not think I died for 2 years. I post on the Discord every day. I'll do... Can I do any more trials? No, I'm still locked out. Yeah. No. Well, I guess that's it. If you want to know what's going on, just, yeah. Talk to me later. Alright guys, I'll see you guys soon.